All right, just wanted to chime in on a part two-ish. Just some things that I'm noticing. I wouldn't say seeing. Anyways, wife and I were talking. It's so she's going through these sly, cunning. And here's the thing: when you're cunning, you're trying to get away with something, and so already that's not intelligent. So what's jumping out is this is a big Torah phenomenon, living Torah moment. This is pretty big. This is a worldwide message here, and I just those that are in the Torah that study it that are and it's now well let me backtrack because it's not just if you're in the Torah and if you're studying it, you're following Messiah. This is just obvious, or when it's pointed out to you, it's obvious. And but I mean, it may be obvious to you. Anyways, look. So those that are, I guess, every Sabbath, kind of, this is what you do. You're born again, if you will, and all that. This completely jumps out to you. And so I know I'm kind of vague in sharing some of this information because it just makes sense to me. So let me just expound on what I'm seeing here. We got the binding of Isaac in the Torah portion. Okay, this is a big time event in regards to this nation being bound up and being tied. And I mentioned my wife sharing with me some information, and you notice all these projections, if you will. This is a psychological mind job here. Look at what Isaac is going through when he has this talk with Abraham, and then he continues to go on. I have the wood. Where's the sacrifice? Where's the offering? Where's the lamb? And so he has this mental uh I'm guessing I would have this mental struggle going on. I'd be wrestling a little bit, wrestling with the Lord. Um, and so, anyways, yeah, and I say wrestling with the Lord. That's an example of something that would jump out to you because Jacob wrestled with the Lord. So that's why I kind of pause right there. But nonetheless, so Isaac wrestles with the Lord here mentally. He's got this mental wrestling going on through the night and what have you. Uh, well, not through the night, but let me backtrack here. I think there's something mentally going on, a struggle, but he still has the faith. And so, in regards to these projections, they're all different numbers. And what jumps out to me is, would each limb be tied down, even if they're tied together, right? But if each limb was tied down, there's a different amount of tension, torque, pressure, however you want to measure that. There's a different amount of tension per for each wrist, for each ankle, leg, knee, for each limb. There's different amounts of tension and pressure. So I just I don't know. Don't be shaken. That's what jumps out to me. Don't be shaken, brother and sister in Messiah. Have the faith. Have the faith that we're going through something, and whether we whether we die or intervention happens, we're going to live again. So have faith. Be encouraged. The Lord, he he is. I mean, he made existence. So I mean, there's that. So I'm sure he could. There's a lot he could do. Just don't be discouraged. He's got our back. Um, and at the same time, he's just so brilliant because there's nothing we just couldn't see it until we get here at this time. But look what he's doing. I mean, honestly, if this word gets around in this moment, this is a big time message. The Lord is literally peering into our lives it's almost like his face is staring at you. And sorry to scare you, because that sounds scary to me, but that's what's going on. He's got we've got his attention, and I know that is also comforting, because it just seemed like for the past few days, where were you, Lord? And you know, it's when we come to his word and go, oh, there you are. Oh, wow, wait a minute. Look at what's going on in this country. You've been here the whole time. This is what, it's just, you know, all glory and reverence. He is wise, and he's bringing us to our knees. This is his doing. So we've just got to remain hopeful. Just got to remain hopeful. Now, I'm not trying to cast predictions of the future, or anything like that. But either way it goes, I want to encourage you. Um, and the enemy is defeated. So this could have gone two ways for Isaac, right? Intervention or raising from the dead, right? Because he's got to keep a promise to Abraham, and so I mean, look at look at the people in this country, sons and daughters of Abraham, and here we are. And there's a massive amount of people that are returning back and laying a hold to these promises of Abraham, that this promise is for us. We are a part of this commonwealth of Israel, though we're scattered in the nations. Here we are rising up, and it's just time to get louder and get louder and get louder, because we serve the God who controls all of it. He control it. Man just manipulates. God's in control of it all. This is his creation. He created existence, and his word will set out and accomplish what it was set out to do. It won't return void. Um, Listen, nothing's too hard for him. Nobody's whispering him a secret. Right? His arm is not too short. He is mighty to save. So call out to him. Call out to him. But I just wanted to chime in again and just share some information, that's stuff that's popping out to me. The more I think about it, I was just kind of in a hurry to get this information from what I saw there in the Torah portion. I wanted to get that out and share it, just to kind of get the marbles rolling, if you will. So I'd say start digging in a little bit more, seeing what you can find, I guess. Yeah, I didn't mean to go on too long about the whole, you know, holidays and stuff like that. Just kind of came out. All right, but the point of the whole thing was, uh, this is a massive living Torah phenomenon. It's just, I'm giggling because it's it's just so awesome. Like, how did you hide that in such plain sight, like that? Oh, oh, it's what he does, I guess, right? And well, the devil does that too. Tries to. Well, I mean, he does. Hides in plain sight. But where did he get that from? He got it from the master. And the Lord is in charge. Yahweh is in charge. He does not share power in any realm. So, you know, everybody has to obey him. Even when you got these weird people doing these dark things and seeking spirits and what have you, they're still under the bondage and say so of the Almighty, because that's just the way it is. And he loved us enough to send his son to die for us, so we can have relationship with him directly, a direct connection with him, so that we can overcome. We can overcome, and nobody can pluck us from his hand. So, I mean, when it comes down to it, what can the evil do? It can kill what's already dying. Nothing can take us from his hand. And death doesn't go on forever. as far as the body goes. If some of us go through suffering, pain, and suffering for a while, but in the grand scheme of eternity, it's but a whisper. I mean, it can help kill faster what's already dying, but it's so limited. The evil is limited. Um, this is not this. We're here to give glory to the Lord, but this isn't our forever home. So so be of good cheer. Be just know the Lord is watching. All right, baby steps. May the Lord bless you, keep you, cause His face to shine upon you, be gracious to you, lift His countenance upon you, give you peace. Amen.